This is Alexis Dejoria and Keeter Ray. Alexis coming from Florida. Keeter from the West Coast, California.
We've probably had as evenly matched group of race cars in this field at this race as any race so far. Case in point, these two cars. Alexis last round 5.609. Keeter Ray 5.609. His rest of the weekend. Two of the drivers that I mentioned, non-winners on tour. We also mentioned Brad Anderson. Keeter Ray, his dad Ralph, switched over earlier in the year to a Brad Anderson combination. Absolutely loving the way the car is performing right now.
Haven't seen that car on the tour for quite a while, but now that they've got that new combination, they say they are back and looking forward to the 2010 campaign. Alexis Dejoria, remember we caught her in the catch fence in Englishtown. Brand new race car together. Bob Newberry's got a good, solid car underneath it. Keeter's going to do some skating all over the racetrack and press that right side retaining wall. That gives Dejoria the win. 567, 253 miles an hour.
How about this? A couple of races in a row. There's Bob Newberry, former Lucas Oil world champion. He's the guy now that is tuning that race car. As I mentioned earlier in the year, he speaks so highly of what she has done. She comes from a family that could basically do almost anything they wanted with their spare time. She crashed that car badly. She's come back determined to make this car successful and to make her a success. Keeter slowed to 590. Two cars in a row now. Right in. We've seen skating all over the place. We've seen a lot of that all weekend long.
It's not a function of the racetrack being hot and greasy. We got great weather here, right?
I would have to think so. Cars coming up. You heard the RPMs on the teams on the starting line really loading them up. But we are seeing a lot more heat than we saw earlier in the weekend for these cars.
Plus, if you take a look at Keeter Ray's right tire, outside of the groove, that gets things spinning, and that's how you end up staying out of the groove.
And John Lombardo Jr. moving on to the semifinals will face Alexis Dejoria. And when we come back here at Las Vegas at the Strip, we will talk to Alexis and get her thoughts about trying to win this weekend. With Alexis, who won a divisional race last week, how much confidence does that give you heading into the semis here?
You know, huge. These last two races have been phenomenal, and I'm just so proud of this team. We've done really good this season, especially after what we've been through, and just to come back like that, I'm amazed and just super proud. And I think Patron and, you know, Bob Newberry, Nick Bastio, all my guys, thank you so much.
We'll see you in the semis.
John, it's a 560 fest as we take a look at the top alcohol funny car semifinal matchups as Dejoria keeps it together.
She might have gotten hurt more there than she did running in the net in Englishtown, for goodness sakes.
It's John Lombardo, the #1 qualifier, picking his lane in one of the semis. On the other side, Daniel Oliver.